Hello, Taurus. It's Keegan. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm going to talk a little bit here at the beginning, and I know a lot of people get very annoyed when readers talk too much. God forbid we actually talk. But I just want to say, for those people who are impatient and they don't want to hear me explain things or give additional insight, then you can skip ahead to when you see me turn this overlay off and the cards are down, and that's when I'm going to begin the reading. Okay, so for those of you who want to listen to what I'm going to say, I want to give a little bit of explanation and insight into how to best utilize this reading. So as you can tell, I'm doing something a little bit different. If you watch my readings and you've watched things over the course of the lifespan of my channel, you know I very rarely focus on the other person. I personally think as a reader that it's best when I focus on the person listening to me, because the insights that I give people in those situations allow the person to actually have something they can work with, meaning I can tell you everything about the other person, but you're really not going to be able to do anything to make that person be different. They have to have their own desire to change and their own willingness to work on whatever it is that's happening to them. You can't do that work for them. But when I sat down to do readings, I felt very clear, like a push that I needed to do this particular reading. So I'm doing it. And you are my third to last reading, Taurus, and they've been very intense. They've been very hard for me to do as a reader, and I'm curious to see what you guys think about them, because you know, when people are watching YouTube tarot readings about the relationship, it's typically because something isn't going well. If you're in a very happy, stable, loving relationship, you're probably not watching me and trying to get insight into the other person, because you have the insight into the other person because they're talking to you. So I'm giving a disclaimer at the beginning that these have been pretty intense. And so if you're not yet in an emotional space where you can handle hearing the truth, then you might want to save this reading until you're in a better headspace, because I don't hold back, I don't sugarcoat things, I don't give fluff, I don't tell people what they want to hear. I'm very honest and direct when I do my readings. So with that disclaimer out of the way, I want to explain how to best utilize this reading. So if you are in a relationship, then this can be about your partner. If you're in a relationship and you are considering leaving that relationship for someone else, you can choose who this is about. If you're single and you have someone in mind, then you can use that person as who I'm listening to, who I'm talking about. And if you're single and you don't actually have an interest in anyone, you can still watch this reading. You can just utilize that as who's coming towards you, who's coming in, meaning this will be the next person who presents themselves as a potential romantic interest for you, and you're getting insight in advance to that. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting some cards down here. I might do one, I might do three. It just depends on how I feel in terms of what energetically is going on here. The other thing that I want to say before we actually dive into the reading is, if you do know the sun sign of this other person, if you know what their sun sign is, meaning let's say you're a Taurus and you're interested in an Aquarius, then you can also go watch the Aquarius video and just listen to that through the filter of I'm talking about the Aquarius that you're interested in. So the cards are in place here. Everything feels good. I do want to mention I have my Oracle deck here, and I will pull an Oracle card at the end of the reading to give you some additional guidance around this connection or this person. I'm going to start here with these two cards, which is who this person is and how they act. This is going to give me insight. Is there any sort of conflict? Is this person presenting one way, hiding who they truly are? Is there anything going on here? Then we'll look at this top row and then the bottom row. I will remind you what each of these stacks are before I actually flip the cards over and talk about them. So let's take a look here in terms of who this person actually is. So we have the World card coming out, and then we have a Justice, which is reversed. So let's talk about what this means in terms of this person. So I want to start with this World card, because I think that one of the things that comes off very strongly with me about this is that this person is probably someone who loves to travel. I just immediately felt and saw just lots of travel. And they're a very spontaneous person. I don't sense necessarily that they, how do I want to phrase this? It's not that they have a commitment fear, or they're not commitment phobic. They would be happy to have a relationship, but they are not a huge fan of being anchored. Meaning this person wants to be able to have a very adventurous life. They want to be able to move around and live in different places in the world. They want to be able to see things and having, you know, like it's what I'm getting here is like someone who they don't want to have like a house. They want to be able to pick up and go. So their lifestyle would be a big deal to them. And someone who is aligned to that is very important. Someone who feels the same sort of willingness to just, pick up and go. I mean, and go and explore the world. I do feel like, you might watch this reading in a very different time period than what I'm doing the reading in. But for me right now, tuning into this person, there is a bit of frustration because this isn't possible for them right now. That lifestyle of being able to just travel and go and do things, it's limited because of the circumstances of the world that we're in right now when I'm doing this reading. And so that would be something that would be very prominent in terms of interacting with them. There's a frustration that they feel a little bit trapped. Okay. The other thing that I want to say about this person is that when they set their mind to something, they accomplish it. They're very driven, and they see pretty much all aspects of life, all of the experiences of life as holding some sort of lesson that they can learn, or some sort of opportunity for them to develop some sort of understanding or develop some sort of skill, or just to have a new experience. Okay, but very driven type of energy. And let's talk about this Justice card, which is reversed. This person, I just have to be really blunt here. It might not be the most honest person. We'll see where that comes from in terms of, we're going to get to look at the secrets and what's going on in their mind and their heart. But I sense some dishonesty with this person. There is a certain level of, I don't sense that this person lies about everything, but I think this person might have some issues, either legal issues, some sort of financial issue, something that they are not overly honest about. They keep something very guarded, that it feels like they carry a bit of shame or guilt around it. And I do sense that it's something regarding money or some sort of legal thing. This person could have potentially, they might have some sort of current legal issue, or they could have some sort of record. It's possible this person could have been arrested or gone to jail. As I say that, my voice choked, and when that happens, it's usually like I'm touching on something the person really does not want me touching on. It's the other reason I don't like doing readings where I'm focused on the other person, because very often if I'm in their energy and they sense that, it actually, the energy of it, I feel that. So that is confirmation to me, though, that this person could very well be hiding some sort of a record. I don't have anything yet in terms of what that might mean, and it's impossible to read for every one of you that's listening, but just be mindful of that. This person might have something that they're hiding in terms of some sort of big financial issue or some sort of legal problems that they are keeping hidden. Okay, now let's take a look now that we see who this person truly is. How do they act? How do they present themselves? So we have the Knight of Cups coming out upright with the Page of Wands, which is reversed. I want to start with this Page of Wands. So this person, in terms of how they act, I think I want to be cautious here in terms of how I explain this, because what I'm truly picking up is a bit of an immature type of energy. Someone who gets bored very easily. They might come across as being unsure about their role in certain situations, or why things have consequences for them in terms of things that they've done. I don't necessarily think that that is all fake. I think that they really do, they get confused by how people respond to the things that they do. There's a bit of an energy here of someone who's quite focused on themselves and what they want. And, we pick that up as well with the World card. This person is, there's someone who will, quit a job and a relationship for the opportunity to go and, you know, spend 3 months in another country. And because they have such a strong desire to have that sort of adventure and spontaneity, they will do that without really caring about the potential consequences or how that might impact other people. Now, what's interesting is that we have the Knight of Cups coming out as well in terms of how this person acts. And this creates a situation in which this could be a very, these four cards make me just feel like this could be a very tricky person to navigate, because with the Knight of Cups, this person would be extremely romantic, very charming. They would be very easy to just be caught up and swept away in this person. And underneath that romance and charm and charisma and everything being so fun, mainly influenced by this world card in terms of how they are and what they want their life to be like, you might get very swept away and very, you know, swept off your feet about this person, but they do not have a very strong pull towards committing to people. What all of that excitement is for them is really more lust than love. Okay, so be cautious with this person. It's very interesting what's come out in a lot of these readings is, I'm going to say this before even looking at the other cards because I feel like it's a good time to say it. I have no judgment for this person. Okay, so someone who wants to have a life of adventure, not be tied down, not commit, be a free spirit, able to go do what they want to do, drop of a hat, move to another city, you know, pack up a backpack and go and hike across Europe. Great. That sounds like an awesome life. They're not a bad person. They only become a quote bad person if you are wanting them to not be who they are and you're trying to get them to commit and settle down and be with you and have a life that they don't want, right? So I don't have any sort of judgment. I don't have any sort of judgment for this person. But I do think it's a caution to you who, if you're listening to me, it's a caution not to try to make this person be someone that they aren't, right? Because it's very clear here that this person has a lot of non-committal issues. Hey there, it's Keaghan, and I am jumping in here in the middle of the reading just to let you know that I've decided to offer a special on readings during the month of October 2020 only. I'm going to have limited spaces for this. After doing these readings, I decided that I feel like a lot of you are going to want to get more information or follow up on these readings, and I know that the world is weird and money is tight, and so I wanted to try to come up with a way that I could still offer personal readings and have them be affordable, so that if you do have more questions or if you want to explore this a little bit more deeply with me in a personal reading, I might be able to make that happen. So as you can see on the screen, I'm offering 4 different levels. It's basically $1 a minute for a reading. You can do a 20-minute, 30-minute, 45, or 60-minute reading for me. If you're interested in this, you should send me an email, keaghantarot@gmail.com. You can see how my name is spelled there, so keaghantarot@gmail.com. Let me know which of the readings you want, and I'll send you an invoice, and then that will confirm your slot. And again, there will be limited spaces, so if you're interested in this, let me know as soon as possible. I will be posting all of these readings all at the same time, so everyone gets a fair shot at claiming their seat. And if I do run out of spaces, I will let people know that if I still get emails beyond what I have capacity to do during the month of October. I'm going to send you right back into the reading now. So in their mind, we have 2 cards here. You have the Queen of Wands, which is reversed. The Queen of Wands reversed is... this is a very selfish type of energy. Also very aggressive. I get a lot of intensity coming from this card, which makes sense again, because this person would easily grab your attention, and like I said, it would be very easy just to get swept off your feet by this person because they have so much excitement in terms of how they go about their life. But know that in this person's mind, it's all about them. They're focused on themselves. Okay, their mind, everything that they're thinking about, everything that they're planning, everything that they're going through in terms of their mental, how their mind is working and what they're focused on is about them. They're not focused on other people. 9 of Cups here, coming out upright in terms of their mind, this person, they do what they want. If they have something that they want to do, they figure out how to do it. They set their mind to it and they accomplish it. It's like I said at the very beginning of this person sets a goal of something that they truly want. They make it happen, and it's kind of easy for them. Honestly, their mind is very focused on having fun, finding happiness, having adventure. They want to feel like every day that they live is a day that is full of pleasure and fun. They don't want to have any regrets about limiting themselves from the things that they really truly want to do. I'm super curious. I only put one card here, and it's very funny to me that I only put one card here since we've seen what's going on. In terms of their heart, let's see what's here. You have the Eight of Wands, which is upright. And, you know, again, more of the same. The Eight of Wands represents quick change. It can represent travel, movement, making decisions in a very fast way and acting on them very quickly. It just means their head and their heart and who they are is aligned. This person is authentic to who they truly are. And in all honesty, the only person I could see being a match for this type of energy is someone who's exactly the same. Someone who is willing and happy to just throw everything in the air, walk away from it, go somewhere else, start new, go on an adventure, have I feel very little stability in this person's life. Not meaning that it's bad, right? But it's all about adventure and change, and that's what truly makes their heart feel alive. There's nothing here. I put nothing here in terms of them wanting to settle down or have a relationship or have any sort of stability, okay? In the future, what is this person's future like? So we have the Strength card coming out. That's very interesting. And then you do have the Three of Cups. Both of these cards coming out upright. I'm going to talk about the Three of Cups pretty quickly, just to say this person in the future, I feel like they're going to be focused on good times. They're going to be focused on making friends and connections. Nothing romantic here for me. This card is really representing forming like friend circles, making friends, making connections, having people that they enjoy being around. But there's not anything romantic here. And then you have the Strength card coming out. And this, again, in terms of the future, they want to have something that feels very much like a passionate type of life. They want to push themselves. They want to have the courage to be even more bold, more adventurous. And that's what it's not even just the near future. I feel like that is the life that this person wants. They want to have a life where they feel like I am calling the shots. I'm in control here. I respect the decisions that I'm making. I'm pushing myself to go more and more into testing my own resolve and seeing if I do have the courage to become even more adventurous. Okay? Secrets. What is this person keeping secret from us? Wow. Death card reversed and the Hangman both coming out reversed. So it's very possible for this person that the reason that they have this life, the reason that they have chosen this life of being a bit of a loner, a bit of an unsettled type of free spirit, is because they're in a place where standing still, being really focused on dealing with some things and closing some things out, they'd rather stuff that. They'd rather just sort of push that in and not deal with it. I do think that there's a bit of it's coming through as avoidance type of energy. So what this would mean is this person has some stuff that they've gone through, but they would never talk about it. They would never share it. They would never mention it. It's not anything that you would know from interacting with them. I think even people that are very close to this person, if you ask them, like, describe this person, they would talk about, oh, they're so fun, they're so brave, they're so strong, and they're so adventurous, and They would not be aware of any of this stuff. This feels very much like lots of stuff that happened at some point that they decided to just avoid, and it's shaped this direction that this person has gone in. I don't see them dealing with it. So this is going to be something that they keep buried internally. Their plan. What is this person's plan? So we have the Son of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles coming out with the Queen of Cups. We'll start with this Knight of Pentacles because I think that this is important insight into how this person is mapping out their plan and their life. This is really about pushing yourself. This card represents someone who's putting in a lot of hard work. They're very patient in terms of their goals and what they're striving for. And again, there's a certain level of perseverance, which has come out several times here. As I've said, when this person sets a goal, they're going to accomplish it no matter what they have to go through. It's very interesting because pushing themselves and setting new goals and challenging themselves to go more and more and more, that is actually how this person creates stability in their life. That's what feels most stable to them. With this Queen of Cups, I do feel like one of the things this person might have in terms of a plan that they're trying to manifest is figuring out a way that they can take this and either heal themselves, nurture themselves in some way, maybe to deal with this stuff that they're keeping secret, or even if they still avoid this stuff, to help other people. So this might mean, they have a plan of potentially like, leading adventure tours or wanting to open some sort of company where they're doing, something tied to the stuff that they're passionate about. They might want to do something in terms of, like they might do like YouTube videos or some sort of a blog or something documenting the stuff that they're doing. For some reason, I'm getting a bit of a spiritual slant to this, which is why I'm saying there could be something in terms of helping others or wanting to take their lifestyle and the things that they do and the things they're passionate about and figure out how to utilize that to help other people deal with things. And I do sense they're putting in work and effort towards that. It is a solid plan that they have. So goal, we have 3 cards here. Let's see what they are. So you have the King of Swords, which is upright. You have the Page of Cups reversed. And then you have the 9 of Wands, which is reversed. I want to talk about this just a little bit. This is not something that's new. The goal for this person, I do think, is to potentially at some point, there's an open, I'll say this, there's an openness. I don't really think this is a strong goal. That's why I want to talk about this first. There's an openness within this person to maybe not be as solo, maybe not be as much of a loner. But again, it's something that comes with a lot of resistance from their part, because it would take the exact right person, because they're not ever, this is the thing, this person will never sacrifice their freedom. So it would take someone who is also comfortable with this type of like existence to be someone that they would be open to. But I do sense there's a little bit of that when they think about long-term goals, like years, okay, not months, but years, especially if this thing, whatever this plan is that they have, if that does start to manifest, I think they would enjoy having someone to share that with, someone to work with, and to have a companion type of energy. But it can't be anyone that would hold them back. They would not be willing to be held back. Page of Cups here, which has come out reversed. The Page of Cups is a bit immature. It's a very, sometimes I'll refer to the Page of Cups as being a bit of a brat. And I do think this person wants to continue to be able to do what they want when they want to do it. And they don't want to answer to anyone. That's the energy coming off of that. Again, it's just confirmation of what we've already seen. This is very interesting, though. The King of Swords, in terms of a goal, I think that this person, truly wants to be known as someone who is very smart. They want to be seen as someone who is extremely knowledgeable in a specific situation. Someone who has done a lot of work and thought something through and created something that required a lot of strategizing and implementing plans. Again, it's coming throughout this reading. When this person sets a goal, they figure out how to get there. And I think it is related to this work. I would be really interested in, exploring this person. If this has made sense to you and you're still listening to me, I do offer personal readings, and I would be interested in figuring out more specific to this plan, because I keep seeing someone who, it's such an interesting mix of someone who wants to have like backpacking or rock climbing or some other sort of adventurous, thrill-seeking, adrenaline type of activity, but that's tied into some sort of healing work. And I think that's very interesting. So yeah, this person, they're a very interesting person. And again, I have no judgment for them. They're not someone who wants to get married and have kids and settle down and live a calm life, though. So if you are someone who's looking for that, this person's probably not the best match for you. But if you are like this person, if if stability for you means being able to do whatever you want and make choices on the fly and not have anything that's tying you down, not have any sort of anchors, other than your own desires and your own goals and what you want to do, then wow, go for it, right? Like, have fun with this person, because that's who they would be willing to engage with. So you had two cards come out, one flipped over. So this card, The Universe Has My Back, this is the main card out of this Oracle deck. And I think this is both for, the person listening to me, as well as like the attitude of this person. Whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you want to manifest, whatever it is that you truly desire, then the universe wants to provide that to you. But you have to be willing to embrace it and go for it and be really bold and unafraid of claiming it. And this energy, this person has that energy, right? If they want something, they go for it 100%. And I think this is saying you need to trust that as well. Whether you feel like you're aligned to this person or not. If you're not aligned to this person, the universe has someone else around the corner for you that's better suited for you. The other card says, I am a spirit having a human experience, and I am here to get closer to love. Again, I feel like this really does speak to this person's energy. So these cards might just be additional clarity for you into insight of this person, because you could substitute the word love here for fun. To me, this person feels very much like the adventures in life and the things that they want to do and the experiences that they have, they want them to be fun, because that is the type of human experience that their spirit is lit up by. Okay? So, Taurus, I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Let me know in the comments what you thought. I will say to you guys, you've had one of the better readings. In terms of there's nothing here that feels tricky or malicious or anything. The only conflict I would say here is if you're trying to get this person to settle down and change who they are, and you shouldn't do that. This person needs to be who they are, and they need to live the life that they want to live. So, but this person, I think, is kind of awesome, to be quite honest with you. So yeah, I will be back soon with additional tarot readings and also just random videos here and there about spirituality and different topics that I want to talk to you guys about. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, join up with the community. I will see you guys soon. I love you a lot. If you do know this person, go into the comments and tell me more about them. I think they're really interesting. So